Like this. Let's do it like this next time. No, it's supposed to be on Do Not Disturb. Why is my phone ringing? Oh no. It never fails. Okay. No more phone calls, please. I specifically said, I'm gonna let that roll off. I know. Ugh, this tea is so good. Oh no, one thing I did forget. It's right here. I can't wait to finish getting my room together. My little office space. Ooh, moving is a job. First, I want to thank you. Thank you for joining me on the block. I hope you can hear me okay. Let me just mess with my volume just because. Hope the music is not too loud. I'm gonna have it turned down. Excuse me. I will be stopping periodically to drink my tea. I'm usually a coffee drinker, but this snow makes me want tea. The snow is so beautiful. People think I'm crazy for loving it, but I do. I do. I want to welcome you to the Blockcast episode number 15. I had to take a little break simply because I moved. I got reestablished. I'm happy. I had to get my daughter's room together. Now I'm starting to work on mine. I really just needed a break. There's been a lot of death. This quarantine, I think Gina has been, well, yeah, she's been on now. It's a year. It's going on a year. It's probably not exactly a year, but it's definitely going on a year. But I can say we've been healthy, no issues, no symptoms. It's been hard though. I like to travel. With her illness, it's reckless for me to do as I used to do. So I'm moving a little different. Of course, I remember you in Darkened Wanderer. Why wouldn't I? I remember mostly everybody that I come in contact with. Mostly. I don't really remember names, but your picture, I definitely remember your picture. I really appreciate you pulling up. Oh my goodness, I think I make good tea. And I think it's because of my honey. I refuse to buy like just any honey. I really like raw, unfiltered honey. I have to have it like that, and I have to have me some lemon in it. And you would be surprised how I make my tea. You probably would laugh at me. I don't use tea bags. Most people, I don't even tell this. I'm not gonna lie. I make my tea with powdered tea. I'm addicted to powdered tea. I don't know what's up with that. Have I ever thought about the deeper meaning of life? Hmm. Recently, yes. In the beginning, heck no. In the beginning, no. I really do a lot now. Definitely. Everything's going on. If you're not thinking higher, on a higher plane, on a different level, with extra layers, something's not right. Whose temple is this? That actually, that's the reason why I actually came up with this title to this podcast. Whose temple is this? You know, like when you be like, well, whose man is this? Like, whose chick is this? Like, who is this person that's just so out there? Who is this person? Like, who? It's a lot going on. I'm gonna slow down. I'm gonna slow down. I want to first just 2021, 2020. This is an odd, awkward time, I think, for everybody living, especially our youth, because they don't know what in the world is going on. Uh, for years, I didn't either, and I didn't care to know. I was too busy trying to survive out here. Um, this is really a tough podcast for me, and this is why it took so long because it's manifesting to this point. Oh no, you got to be kidding me! You can get raw honey for $6, and it's a pretty good ounce bottle. And I don't use a lot of honey. You don't need a lot. I understand. I don't really do the bags. I really don't do the bags, and I will not drink out in public. I'm so like I'm super awkward when it comes to the public, and I was already like that, so it's like magnified now times 1,000. I've just seen too much and experienced too much, or known people who have experienced too many wide variety of things. uh-uh. I just can't do it. I don't feel comfortable doing it. I used to a long time ago when I was unaware and really thought that this place was like a utopia. You know, it was a different vibe. Maybe it was a mask or something. I don't know. I was super comfortable in the darndest places. Seriously. Um, Peace and blessings, peace and bliss, peace and love to everybody. I have a lot of friends that are going through it right now. It's like I've been hearing about a death almost every single day. We're coming up on the year anniversary of my daughter's godmother who passed. It's been super heavy. Being in Harlem, I can say, has been a real gift to me at this moment. I think had I been anywhere else, I don't think I would be as attentive. I'm going to say that word, attentive to what's really going on. And I can't even say that because my daughter has an illness and I deal with a lot of layers dealing with her care. So I think I probably it's like no matter what I would have had to go through some of the things I'm going to be talking about over the next few podcasts, because there's no way I'm going to be able to get it all out as gentle as I want to unless I spread it out. Again, I want to thank you for pulling up. If you're new to the channel, my channel is super, super new. I have went through so much censorship from growing and sharing information. Um, it's pathetic. So I started a channel. It's not the only reason. I also do music, which is more or less a therapy for me. That's what you hear in the background. I make music continuously. It's weird, the method to my madness, but that's just how it goes. Um, I hadn't been recording. I broke my equipment moving. It's the only thing I broke. I broke my coffee pot, my coffee maker, and I broke my earphones. And not my like earphones, like headphones without microphones. Everybody uses microphone earphones, so like it's so hard. Like I have to order my earphones because I need earphones without a mic. I have a mic, even though I'm not using it now. But when I'm doing my music or trying to lay some vocals, I have a program where I use headphones without a mic. So, and that's normally what I do on my podcast. But I did it a little different. I'm working out my office space because in the near future, more projects are going to manifest. Just like today was the weirdest day because I struggled with this title, but I said, you know what? I made a pact with myself. You're not making any more music. You're not doing anything until you get this podcast out. I use this as a tool to number one, help myself. I will not lie. I am maneuvering and healing through a lot of things at once. And then I'm still going through a lot of things at once. And I've been going through it now for about 2 years, dealing with the courts. I'm not even going to get into that now. There are videos in my diabetic playlist. I believe it's Enduring Juvenile Diabetes 24/7, 365 or something like that. If that's not it, that's the Facebook page. I know there's a diabetic playlist. Oh no. Type 1. Just if you want to check out some things that I have to experience, insurance, people making mistakes, people actually imposing third party insurances, ghosts, like the mere ghost, are imposing third party insurances. And I'm still dealing with that. The whole situation has been neglected on every agency's part. I don't know what is going on. And things like that make you stop and say, like, what is going on? What is happening? Why are there positions that people have out here and they're like taking advantage by doing everything but what needs to be done? Like, I don't think everything would be a mess right now for those that are dealing with messes. Um, the solution isn't easy. Just like there's so many layers. Each levels, it seems like there's more layers to every single level. I went through a lot young, and I never ever thought to look outside of myself for what the problem was, which is crazy because now I had to look outside of myself to figure out how to fix me. But where did the education go wrong? Well, that's a whole nother lie. We're not gonna. I was in a whole nother element. Moved there. I guess people plan to change my destiny. However, the efforts maybe that didn't work, and I don't think it would have ever worked simply because when I was born, my life was written no matter what the law did illegally because of whatever was going on in Philadelphia. My story, I had a story. My life already had a path. I ain't heard this in a minute. Hold on. This is smooth. I love this. I haven't heard this in so long. The process, like processing the process, is real. Is that it? I'm listen. I'm so new to this. Source being, I'm writing that down because I'm going to look that. I'm new to this, but there's something going on. There's always been something going on. As a young age, I've always had to question everything and everyone around me. In the situations, like even with me being adopted, there's no way that I was not going to grow up very young and say, like, how did you people become my mom and dad? And this is not a shock. I hate when I talk about this. It makes me feel bad as if I'm disrespecting my mother and my father, my legal mother and father, the mother and father that raised me, the mother that was born in 1914, the father that was born in 1899. And I never want to do that ever. Ever. I don't care what happened, how it happened, because I have come to realize what happened to me, something worse happened to them. Like this didn't start with me, but it's gonna like decrease with me. When it comes to my daughter, I figured I need to counter everything that was like everything that I went through, every way that my mother talked to me, everything that my mother said to me, every um time we connected, every time we didn't connect, like all of these things I had to counter it because I just refused to inflict a disconnect on someone who is already like, and we live in America. America is lit. And by lit, I mean it is bananas. By bananas, I mean it's a little crazy. Like, it's a little crazy. Like when I went to the mental health, which I don't like doing because I don't see them recover. Like there's nothing about recovery. It's only refill. Like it's only a business. I do real care, real help, real solving real problems. Addressing real issues. I'm not gonna keep going talking about what happened. That's why I wrote that book. I went and told the like counselor, if you want to know what happened, because like you're new, I had a counselor for a long time. I've moved again. You want to put me on pills? No, I'm not taking pills. Thank you very much. I don't want any drugs. Um, why would I? What is your goal? I know what my goal is. I'm trying to figure out what happened to America before I got here so I can understand why I've been going through America since I've been here and also to come up with very creative solutions to survive even more than I have. Like, yeah, I have. I got by. Kissing to the sky for my brother, like my brother was murdered young. I choke up every time I say that. Let me drink some tea. Let me slow down. I think this year I actually doubled his life. No, I doubled his lifetime 2 years ago. I doubled it. And I'm just grateful for that, for real. Because it was really hard. It's been dangerous. I would want to say most of my life I've been in danger, but like first of all, let me just say this. When I speak, of my past. I don't like being called a victim. I don't like I don't I that is not my goal. Hold on, let me read this comment. That's not my goal. I just want to really say that. I don't want anybody to ever think that I'm crying about anything. I'm a very strong person, but I know how this society is. I know how the family is. I know how disconnected we as melanated, carbonated, however you want to call it. There's so many names to us. My head spins. You know how we are. A lot of times we're not comfortable to really talk to each other, to really express things to each other. Um, I get like that. I go there. A lot of people don't like me for that. I don't really care. I've been targeted my whole life. They made it hard to get along out here. I get choked up when I talk about this, and I really have to share something with you guys. And I want to talk to the person that I interviewed with. Um, I want to actually work with him again. Let me finish your comment. I'm all over the place. I'm excited. I missed you guys. I'm on the block. Let me relax. This has been a good thing for me. Like it's something that I probably should be like boo, but like I cried and I got drunk and I threw myself all over America, the East Side and Georgia. I'm past that. Like you know what I'm saying? I have a 15, 16-year old daughter now. Back then she wasn't here or she had no clue what was going on with her mother. She just knew mommy took care of me. And that's another thing, like you have to talk to your kids, your children. I don't like calling them kids. You have to talk to your heirs and your heiresses. You do. You have to talk to them because it's really, really bad out here. I don't know if nobody else wants to admit it, but it's really bad. Back to my block, my fellow block member. I've been targeted my whole life. They made it hard to get along out here. See, when I read that, it just throws me like I really feel that. Like, how did they do that? Like, all they did was try to destroy me. I went through it so that sleepwalkers can have it good. Now I'm finessing everything. You know what? See, that's another thing. Like, it seems like this pandemic. Ugh, listen, I say things. Just try to feel me. Don't. This pandemic. Don't be like, okay, she just likes bad things, gory. No, I'm a dark person and I love the light as well. But I'm not gonna lie. This has been a very interesting time for me. I'm not even going to talk about what's going on in the social society of all of us. I'm just going to talk about for me right now. Because you know, it's popping in society right now too. Like, they marched all year. I was so mad I was on probation, but I was so glad I was on probation because I was not going to jail. Like, I had to get off probation. Um, it took me a while to really understand that like there's so much going on in so many different places and it's hard to even understand like what do you do about it, who corrects it, who monitors it, if someone's monitoring it, it wouldn't even happen. They made it hard to get along out here. I keep seeing that. Oh, I feel you. I'm sorry you had to experience stuff like that because it's really I don't know. But I can say this. It builds character. It builds toughness. It builds survival skills. I've been in situations where I had to use my brain to live, and the more and more you think about it, maybe you do make out of those situations so you can analyze it and help somebody else. That like I want to be able to help my daughter maneuver out here because I was blindfolded. Okay, listen to the girl that was singing My Country Tisothy in Johnston County in the fifth grade. Okay, I had no idea. I said my Pledge of Allegiance every day. Then I never understood why all of a sudden we couldn't say it anymore. It was just weird. My mom used to fly the flag, and I understood the flag for her then. My mother was a veteran, a true veteran. She loved this country. She taught me to love this country. She raised me Catholic. Then she gave me the choice. Well, I had the choice between Baptist and disciple. So that's how I was raised, but that's not how it really went down for me. I didn't connect. I tried. I didn't connect that way. I don't think that was my way. And I think that is a big issue with people. A lot of people see what they want for you, and that clearly has nothing to do with you. That's like a personal thing. Like people don't like my mom used to tell me, and I'm not gonna lie, she did tell me this. She was like, when I was voting and I vote, and that is something that you keep private. If someone ever asks you that, you never answer them. That's your business. That's personal. My mother told me that. I don't know if nobody else's mother told anyone else that. But my mother was born in 1914. I'm going to keep saying that over and over because it's so rare for someone of my age to have a mother in 1914. It's actually medically impossible. So I'm going to keep saying that so we can understand. Like, I have access to things and paperwork and proof of things that, you know, I wouldn't have had I not been adopted by these people. Everything is definitely in divine order. No matter if you mess it up or not, you just got to get back on track. And I was speaking to myself and anybody else that needed to hear that. That just came from nowhere. And I'm not reading I didn't write any of this. I was going to write it, but I didn't write any of it. It did build character. It showed me I had to be. You is crazy. You is crazy. Okay. So today, I heard. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. Every Saturday and Sunday, there's two people. Like I have other days too. I'll mention them as well if I ever get to those days. Saturdays, I listen to Karen Hunter, Class with Cards. Sundays, I listen to BSB Radio out of London, United Kingdom. He has very, very, very good topics. So he was speaking on doctors. All you hear about is police brutality, which, yes, it needs to be addressed. It needs to be screamed from the rooftops and dealt with. Now the conversation is going to, okay, well, if this is happening here, then what's going on in all of these other places? Doctors, lawyers, psychiatry, child protective services, all of these. I'm not going to sit here and name all of the many agencies here that deal with us as we the people. So I'm listening to him, and he was telling stories of different things that different people, women, children, young girls, um, had actually been through at the hands of doctors. And I was sitting there like, okay, there was two instances in my life where one happened when I was very young, and one happened when I was an adult. And I never, well, of course, I questioned them, but I said, oh, it was probably just a mistake, probably just happened, and I didn't target anyone, I didn't call anybody, I didn't even think about it again until today. Let me drink my tea. Hold on. I need a moment. Hold on. I want to take a break right here and thank you for pulling up on the block. This is Blockcast episode 15. Whose temple is this? I came to the conclusion that I am not going to waste time. I'm not going to waste my mind away on things that I can't change. Now, my future, my life, my current, my present, I can I can do something about that. Deciding to look over history unbiasedly, but including myself in this and my family from Philadelphia, the documents that I have found all helped me understand that I had to literally sit down and ask myself, figure out these definitions of all of these titles. I can only represent one temple. I can only represent one temple. It's super simple. I didn't even mean to rhyme, but it's really simple. I can only represent divinely, truly, with my mind, body, and spirit is myself. As long as I'm not fooling around with additives, false narratives, and it makes plenty of sense to back away. My back away was real. I reinvented my thinking. I reinvented my control. I reinvented I'm not going to say every, I'm still a work in progress, but I'm learning more and more. I'm meeting more people, new people, trying to learn to network and get along with people. Normally, I am a bubbly person. I do not like anything uneven. I like everything to be balanced. If you're going to do a little wrong, make sure there's enough right to substitute and make up for it. Try not to do wrong. That will help as well, but things happen. Hold on. Let me open my bag of goldfishes. I'm not going to crunch this bag here in my mic. Someone normalized the burning building. I'll be waiting to say stuff because I really don't want reactions. I'm trying to understand this much myself. The normalized burning building is starting to aggravate some of us. Clearly, because I never liked history, and clearly there's a reason why something was missing. I never liked history. You can ask my high school teachers. Oh, I slept every day, especially in U.S. history. Are you serious? Now that they're adding the other half of it, it's actually eatable. Okay, I like I like the meat, not the bones. There was a day I got my temple back. Like there was a day I realized that my temple had been infiltrated. There was a day that I said, you know what? We're not doing this. And that day was the day my daughter went in a coma. And by the time she woke up, I was a different person. And every day since then, I have been evolving into this mother nurse warrior. It's amazing. I hope y'all can hear me chewing. I got a snack on the goldfish with my tea. I definitely want to thank you for giving me your time. All of my viewers, subscribed and unsubscribed, thank you. I really mean it. I really thank you for every second that you've given to anything that I've shared here. I look forward to just growing, understanding, knowing, and growing, getting to, we know what I'm about to say, the bag, securing the bag, expanding creations, making creations, staying grounded, staying focused, riding every wave. Because I've noticed the waves are coming. regardless, any form they take, they're coming. It's all about staying ready, staying prepared. And the only thing that's going to keep you ready day to day is knowledge. 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 Even down to your discernment. It's important. It's actually what keeps you alive. Energy audits. You have to break down and say, listen, what is draining me? What is giving me life? What's taking it? Period. What's eating at me and what is adding to me? Those things matter. And like I never knew this. Like I just would take stress after stress after stress after stress, happiness, little happiness. It just was a whirlwind of me not having control. And I watched agencies help me do that as if that was the goal. It's so disturbing. It's so disheartening. It's so isolating. And this is not woe is me. This is I can't trust these establishments. Something is wrong with them. Their foundation is burning. The burning building and caught my helm fire. Gosh. No, I don't want that. I really don't want that. I want to grow. I want my daughter to be in a safe environment. Like, she can't even go to school. Why can't she go to school? Why? Because there's a public issue. That's the bottom line. So it's not woe is me. It's like woe is us. But it's really not woe is me. Like, I've really been able to establish a better foundation for me and her right now. I'm proud of her. I'm looking forward to her business venture. We've got news on that coming soon. I can't say nothing. She made me sign an NDA. Can't say a word. Won't say a word. Want to. Ain't gonna say a word. Won't say a word. So everyone, please support my daughter. I'm trying to show her the world of entrepreneurship. I love that world. Always, as an artist, like my mom bought me, I don't know how many pianos, like real pianos you pay real big money for. Like real money. Like whole car bill money. Like whole piano money. Real heavy pianos, like no keyboards, like real pianos out of a piano store. She may have bought me 2, 3 in my life. I haven't heard this in a minute too. I learned a big lesson about changing phones when you're making music from an app. Oh my goodness. Worst thing ever. Never give the phone away. Like I gave away so much music. It doesn't even matter. Like I don't that just doesn't even bother me. There's so many songs gonna come out of my head from day to day. It doesn't even matter. If I have the time to make them. If not, they're still in there. It's possible. Um, whose temple is this? I had to do a reclamation. I had to reclaim my temple. I really wish I was surrounded by people that thought the same way. And I do that personally. But I need everybody to be on the same so-called nation vibe, which is like-minded, not everyone going in different directions. I don't know what that is. I was told a mental asylum. It's either your nation or your mental asylum. There's no in the middle. That's what I was told, but I don't know what's going on because right now I'm building on myself. I see the issues. I think we all see the issues. Everything comes down to you, the individual. And that's even with me. I could be here today. Listen, I tried suicide decade ago. Listen, been there, done that. The resilience that you gain from some things that went down out here, and some things like the process of me logging onto Facebook and watching black men get shot down by police, like video cams of murders. Like I had to live through that and be civil, and you know, it's a process. The process is a process, and processing the process is a process. Energy audits work. Sometimes it's best to shut down and meditate. I do a lot of I am affirmations. Just so that even though I'm dealing with trauma, I'm going to process it in a positive way. This is how I reclaim my temple instead of being part of this madness. I have been so focused on myself this past 3 years. I've grown making my music on my phone. Like it literally used to sound like I made it on my phone. I'm even growing with that. Working with what I have. Yes, I could be crying. Oh, I don't have this and I don't have reasons and I don't have a nice laptop. I'm gonna ask her. Yes, I'm gonna ask her. I sure am. I messed around and bought the dumb thing. It was a long story for my daughter, but she wound up getting an $800, $900 computer. If it wasn't more than that, because she's a gamer. She's got a whole gaming computer. I bought the wrong computer, and I just didn't send it back. I said, "Bump it." Soon I'm going to treat myself because it is an investment into the things that I really want to start doing more of. Whose temple is this though? Like it's like we're all little temples inside of this a big temple that's just beating us down. I talked to BSB Radio today. I want to send love from Harlem to London. I've been watching him now for about 2 months. Being able, even having the spirit to call to London. I've never used WhatsApp in my life. Something came over me like I had to call. I wasn't going to do it. And at the last minute, I said, you know what? It just, the topic was so deep and what happened to me was so rare. I wanted to tell London. You understand? That's cool. The best investments are the ones that be on a whim that we don't pay attention to. You know what? I randomly kind of noticed that because I rarely do that. Since my daughter got sick and I'm logging blood logs and BGLs and all day and insulin doses. I am so meticulous now. I like plan everything down to dinner, the meals. So even with my purchases, even down to everything, everything's in a cart. But I just had a birthday, so maybe I'm gonna get a little whimmy this month. I want to buy some furniture for my new apartment. I'm just really, I'm happy. I haven't been happy this long, this many days in a row, in a long time, and it feels good. And I have stressors. Believe you me, I have the hugest, the biggest crap is going on right now. But you can look at me and you won't be able to tell that. I've grown a lot. Excuse me, I have to eat some fishies. There's something about tea and fishies. I'm a, I gotta hear this. I heard this in a minute. Listen to this with me. That's what I do. Whose temple is this? It feels good to be able to ask myself that question and actually know the answer and feel good about the answer. It's mine. I am the divine creator of everything that I put my mind to, and I blow it out the water every time. The hive mind wants me to receive handouts and free spells. What I want from me, unless I don't care for it. I hope you can learn from it. Yes, that's my goal for everything. Even the ugliest parts. At least there are some ugly parts and some ugly hearts out here doing wicked things. Wicked. But at the end of every day, I have this smirk on my face because I'm not one of them. I was born into some mess, is what happened. Like most of us were. And I know there's a whole swath of babies that were adopted like I was out of that shelter or whatever that place was. I know there's a whole lot of us, and they didn't get to understand what happened to them and what happened to their family. And that is what really bothers me the most. Like, this is why they're unlocking the Philadelphia adoption records. I'm almost positive there's going to be some of them like me in my situation that are not going to be able to access what they want to know. I bet you. It's going to be redacted. That's the annoying part. There was so much going on, so much accountability that a lot of these local, state, federal people have never been accountable for. And somebody was. Reclamation, reclaiming. I want it all back. I can't get the bodies back. I can't get the spirits back. I can't get my family back. I was able to find my mother. I was able to find the tree. I'm good with that. As far as my energy has to pay, I'm good with that. But I'm not good with what happened. Like what happened, I'm not good with that. Like I literally stuttered. I rarely stutter, but I do. I'm really not good with that. Like what happened? It's hard for me to swallow. It's hard for me to even talk about it. Like broadly, as you can see. It's hard to even roll off my tongue. It bothers me. Because it's still happening. I have family members in the prisons right now things that I read on Facebook has me literally deciding right now to sever that tie more and focus on solutions, focus on healing. Trying to throw some positive vibes up here. A lot of people are not doing that. A lot of people love the gossip. I ain't gonna lie. I get to my tea. I have gossip day like every maybe 8 or 9 days or something really piques my interest. But it's rare. Other than that, I'm really reading, writing, creating, nurturing, nursing. My hands are, I wouldn't say full, but I keep my hands busy. I don't even want to sit bored. I, I rarely get bored. There's so much to learn, like so much that was going on that I never knew. I never knew. I never knew Negro, colored, and black was renamed in Philly and like all of these things. And I'm finding all of this paperwork and I'm on Ancestry. I done paid all this money to access worldwide paperwork because my adopted mother was in all these wars torn overseas. And I learned so much. And it's beautiful. It is beautiful to have that opportunity to look at, even though my adopted mother isn't my blood mother, legally she's my mother. I have access to her life. Way more interesting than ours. Like, I'm not saying it as a downer because ours is totally different. She wouldn't even be able to maneuver out here at 100 and something. I'm so glad she's not here. No disrespect. But I'm really glad she's not here. I don't have to worry about anyone harming her or anything, happening that will really hurt me, hurt my heart, or hurt her. No, she's safe. She's here with me in my heart. She taught me everything I know. Well, some of everything. Because I learned from life. I learned from everywhere. It's one thing I can give myself credit for. And I learned to do that too. Stop beating myself up and being hard on myself. I give myself credit. Not for no BS. I give myself credit when it's due. Like, I really have learned to be like this machine. To be like this machine. Like, I consume now. I'm not being consumed. I consume now. Not in the sense of me being a consumer for America. We all know. I'm not even going there. I don't even know why I said that. Because that gets me started on something else. But I'm a consumer now. Instead of letting all of this heavy weight just consume me, I started consuming it. Okay, this happened to me. It's not going anywhere. I'm dealing with a situation now that is freaking crazy. It's freaking psychotic. Okay, guess what? It isn't harming me right now. It's happening, but it isn't harming me. I can still focusing on bettering myself because that takes time. I listen to lectures. They're like long. Aboriginal power. I'm going to say my top channel when I'm ready to learn and listen and just learn and let them feed my brain. Number one is Karen Hunter. The Karen Hunter Show, Karen Hunter. I love her channel. I love her spirit. I love her vibe. I love her frequency. I love all of her interviews. She's a very good interview. Matter of fact, she was on Wendy Williams' movie. Aboriginal Power. Their channel, I love their channel. I try to give a shout out to these channels. Most of my Blockcasts, because I really have actually grown in my own life from these channels. Everybody knows I love the Star Report. Most people from way back know that. Um, and then one more, History with No Chaser. Listen, I'm from Philly. History with No Chaser explains what happened to Philadelphia. If you go back and you just look at it's a lot. Go look at those stories of what they did. We all know. Like, that wasn't just about those one people. Like, they did this to the whole. I pray for Philly. I love Philly. I love my family. I pray for my family that's locked down. So many of them, people that I love, just been murdered. It's like you get numb. I don't know any murders. I wish I did, I guess. But like, I don't get it. My brother, even if they do go to jail, look what they did for the guy that killed my brother. He only got 7 years. I've seen people on ID get longer than that for real heinous crimes. So, like, then he disrespected my mother. It's just those things you can't correct. You can't really be like, well, the state of Pennsylvania is sorry that we said and did. They dropped a bomb on Philly. A whole bomb, yo. Y'all didn't see me last year. That's all I was doing here. Not here, where I was. I was like screaming, please don't drop a bomb. Please, oh my God, y'all chill, they gonna drop a bomb. I literally was calling people. Mind you, I didn't know anyone rioting, which was weird for me because I know a lot of people in Philly. I ain't hear nobody that I know. I saw one person, I'm not gonna lie, that's what I did. And I'm not even gonna go there because that is hilarious. We're not doing that here though. Because whose temple is this? I am the creator of my life and my future. I have to be. No one else is adequate enough to do it for me. Who? Do you trust? Who am I supposed to trust? People that I don't know? With my future? Excuse me, every now and then you're going to hear me eating these goldfish. I'm not going to lie. It's something about sweet tea with honey and goldfish. I guess that's the getaway of me eating cheese. I don't know. Excuse me. I want to stop right here. 1 hour and 14 minutes in, and thank you for joining me on the block. It's only February. It feels like this is going to be a long year. I think that I should probably make sure I continue to stay focused, continue to stay diligent, continue to stay aware. I've been in a hot spot all this time. I have not dealt with COVID in my household. I want to thank the universe for that because I'm going through it already. Like, everybody's COVID. Listen, I've been type 1 in it for years, but nobody really. I have a few people, it's like they're not local, they're in another country. They care. Something about The American Temple. Isn't there a show called American Gods? So don't gods need temples? So where's the temple? Is it the White House? Them people was crawling up. I couldn't believe that. I ain't never climbed nothing but one tree because the dog chased me. And you know I'm scared of dogs. Tasha bit me and hung from my chest when I probably was 6, 5, or 4. I don't like people dogs. I only like my own dogs because people dogs will bite you. And I don't like getting bit by no dog. That mess traumatized me a long time ago. Traumatizing me now. But that's the only time I ever made it up a tree. And let me tell you something. I couldn't even get out the tree. I couldn't even come out the tree. I swear. Because I was scared of the police. I ain't gonna lie. The police where I was at wasn't doing all this crazy stuff. But then again, I don't know. I seen Rodney King beat. Was I in Philly or North Carolina? I think I was in Philly when they beat Rodney King. And that's when Mama took me down south. I think she thought that she was making it better. She had no idea what the South concocted up before she got here. She really didn't. And that's not a shot to her. It's really sad because they played your great grandparents, my mama. Your great great grandma, my mama. My mama was in World War II and Vietnam. So I'm a little different with my thinking and my understanding of things and really me trying to how long it took for me to stop and say, wait, what is going on here? Let me start listening to some Sabir Bay or somebody and figure out what is going on. Diva LeRae. Listen to these lectures an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. Honey, I know I don't listen to 6 hours. And I'm not even going to go to the audio books. 8 hours, 12 hours, 16 hours, 4, 6, all the numbers you can think of. That takes time. It takes drive to even want to keep going. Especially when you read or you find out something you don't like. Something that hurts. But I'm so used to hurting, that part don't even bother me. No, none of it bother me because I like knowing. I don't give a damn what it is. I want to know the truth. I've been like that since I got here, digging in my mama drawers. Not drawers, drawers, looking for them papers so I can read them. Know what's going on around here. I was good for that. Child. Wrote that check with that crayon. Crazy. Like they was not gonna know who did that. I swear it was an orange or a green crayon. And that was me. Because I was trying to get signed to this record label. I think I was like 9 or 10. I've always been a character. That's only because nobody put enough energy into me. My mother was 65 when she adopted me. If she was 65 then, so that means by the time I was 12, 10 and 9, she was in her 70s. My mom was tired. I don't blame her for a damn thing. After knowing what she lived through, just some of it. I don't know everything she went through. She never told me a thing. If I go by my life with her, all of this history never happened because she was happy and content. Well, that's how I believed it. Maybe she wasn't. Maybe that's why I call that meanness that I thought she had. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe she wasn't mean. She just was hurt and broken. I don't know. But I want to find out. And I want to heal that part of me that's connected to her. Just like I want to heal the part of me that's connected to my birth mother. I hope she is well, where she is. Let me set my tea on here too. Ain't no such thing as walking away from yourself. I really want to thank you for giving me your time. It really means a lot. 2019, and I wrote No One to Tell. That's when I knew. And it's really been hard. It's been days when I've been like, you know what? Blah, not doing anything. Just doing Gina's blood, and that's it. Nothing else. But even if I do that, I even look at that as a good thing. I say, you know what? I needed that break. I needed that rest. I needed that time out. Get into my I am affirmations and I recreate. Only thing I'm having a problem is with, and I will admit this, socially I'm off. Socially I'm disconnected. I think I'm to the point now I reach out to people simply to stay semi-humane. Because me as an Aquarius, like I will rock out without really reaching out. And it's not anything that I think bad about. Like, oh, she's not calling because she's. No, that has nothing to do with it. I'm not calling because 9 times out of 10, if you're building something, my attention is on that. And it's been hard for me to maneuver back and forth with the different levels of this society. You got some people not knowing who they are. You got some people knowing who they are. You got some people not knowing you, wanting you to. It's just so much going on. I just want to sit back and watch. I want to deal with people that are creating things for this new world. Because at the end of the day, my daughter's been homeschooled for a whole year. She's going to graduate soon. So I'm not going to sit here and wish and pray to some temple somewhere that I can't see. I got to make plans. I've got to take actions to ensure the next 3 years is what I needed for it to be for her education. And it will get done. I'm just stating these facts. There's been a whole shakeup. A whole shakeup. This is the second major shakeup of my life. But this was the best one. This was the best one. This was the best one. I've been able to spend more time with my daughter, more time with myself, working on more projects. My foundation is solid. My drive is where it's supposed to be. That's really all I want. I want to be able to be me. I want to be able to create. I want to be able to be safe. I want to be able to know and deal with like-minded people. So I have to keep my mind, body, and spirit correct so that I can attract that. Because once I did that, that is all I have attracted. And I'm proud of that. I really am proud of that. Now, as for any other temple, I'm not even going to go there. I'm going to keep it positive because I'm the opposite of what's going on out here. The opposite in my heart. Like, it's sad, but what do you expect? What do I expect? After doing the history, like, it's just sad. I know I got plenty of goldfishes and popcorn because I can just imagine how this summer is going to be. New York is like empty, literally empty. When I say empty, I'm like really telling you empty. I don't even think they have smog anymore, like traffic anymore. I wonder do they have traffic. See, I don't want to drive in New York because I don't think that I even have the patience to deal with the drivers because they honk their horns when I'm walking. Like the light will turn green. It hasn't even turned all the way green and they're blowing their horns already. Like that will drive me crazy. So I'm just here somebody drive me around. Unless I'm renting a car to leave this state and jump to get to 95 South or something. Or go north. I don't know. Wherever I want to go. I do want to travel to other countries. My daughter wants to travel to other countries. I was so proud when she mentioned this. Then there's another thing. I refuse to indoctrinate my child with things that don't make any sense, that don't give moral value, that don't give some kind of value. So, because that happened to me, and I'm like, so is the life police gonna come and get this? Who taught me this mess? Why would y'all teach me this mess? And indoctrinate me every February. Why would y'all do that to me? I'd have rather you left me alone and let me learn how to work with my uncle on cars. Because he didn't pass the fourth grade and he worked all his life so he couldn't work no more. And he had good money. And everyone in North Carolina loved him. All of them. None of them finished school. They wouldn't let them. So I don't even know. I'm not going to go there. Education has its purposes, whatever they are. I'm going to leave that alone. That's a whole nother life. Um, whose temple is this? Reclamation. Reclaiming. The normalizing of the burning building. I'm not doing it. It's been a burning building, what, since before I was born? When my mother was born? She had me at what, 15, 17? That's a long time to be burning. I can't normalize this burning building anymore. I called the Office of Civil Rights. I'm not going to say why. It's a long list of agencies, including a couple of civilians. If you don't understand what you're involved in, you better get to understanding it. That was an insider. I'm not going to talk about that anymore. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. I don't even think they're going to contact me. I think it's so many people and it's so big. I don't even think they're going to get back to me. But I'm going to give them 60 days. And that's another thing, like the process of getting anything done after these people make mistakes deliberately or by accident, or gotta be deliberately, because how do you make a mistake during your job? I don't know. I really don't get that. These courts and these departments and agencies, I don't. Whose temple is like, who runs them? Who are they answering to? No one? Because if it's the law isn't living. It's written on paper or showcased on a screen. The law is not going to get up and enforce itself. Uh, After relating a very tough part of my story to BSB Radio today, I was very appreciative for the feedback and the emails, the messages that I got. They were completely appreciated. I will. I don't like being called a victim, but at the end of the day, I can see how other people. I guess maybe I was that when that was happening. Yeah, I guess I was. I never even saw it like that. I never even thought about it like that. Honestly, I know that I'm strong and I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to understand. I'm willing to have empathy. I'm willing to understand stuff went down before I got here. But what's the excuse since I've been here? I love my people. I love my brothers. I love my sisters. I love myself. I'm glad that I realized I had a temple to reclaim. That's a step right there in itself. Just a realization to know that, hold up, I have a self of myself that I need to reclaim. That means that I lost myself. Whether it was taken or however else, there's a piece of me that needs to be put back. It's a beautiful process. It's hard and it's heavy, but it's beautiful and it's doable. No matter, no matter, no matter what you've been through, you just gotta be really tough. Like you gotta be tougher than tough. Like it can't take you out. And I've been almost bended. Almost. Ooh, I sure said it out my mouth. I never do it again. I'll never say those words that have come out of my mouth at my weakest moments. I'll never speak that on me. But you know what? The universe, it knows us. It knows. How can you break chains if you cannot see them or if you refuse to look at them? I mean, that was a big question that really got me moving in the right direction. Every chain linked to the chain before. It's deep. And it's real. It happens to the best of us. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. I want everyone to be safe. Thank you for spending time with me, Shell from the Block. This is Blockcast episode number 15. Whose temple is this? Change is not coming, it has arrived.